I lost everything, a job making 6 figures, friends, family, and how I got naked pictures of me all over without me doing it. Let's talk about it. So where I left off, we're gonna get juicy today, guys. We're gonna get real juicy. I'm pulling them all out today. So, you know, you might wonder why we ended that meeting and I didn't, you know any answers, right? I didn't know any answers. I know as much as you do right now at that point. So it took every bit of a year and I still don't know if I got it right. Maybe I need TikTok's help. So there's only 3 ways that naked pictures of me could have got to these people. So what actually happened, and it took months to figure out. I put my notice in about probably a week after that meeting, and I went to a neighboring bar. I was, you know, after that meeting, of course, I was starting to look for a new job. I was fighting for something. I'm a mom, and my past, and that would be a whole nother story, but you know, I never really had a dad. I did have a dad come in when I was 7 and adopt me, and he's not in my life anymore. Me and my mom aren't as close as I'd like to say we are. I don't really have too many people. That's probably why I love and give so much love back, because that's like all I've ever wanted, right? But so I left there with my mind just going where do these pictures come from? Blah blah. Like, did I have a few drinks and actually do it? Like, I'm literally doubting myself at this point. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I did just go on vacation with her. So I'm like, well, one of my good friends is like, do you think that she got on your phone? And, you know, I have dated people in the past and sent freaky stuff. I'm an adult. I have been single for almost 4 years, but I dated a few. We're talking about like 2 in like the last 4 years. But whatever. Sometimes I take pictures. She could have got them off because like I said, I thought we were friends. I took her on vacation. I sleep. She had password. It would have been not that hard, I guess, to get it off my phone, considering that you can even look in my pictures if you go back through Facebook and see how happy I was. You can just see it. And I was so blind. But, so there's one way that she could have got the pictures. Here's another. Out of those 3 years that I worked at that bar, like I said, I hadn't really dated anybody. I was going through hell with my ex, and I bought a house, and I bought a Harley, and I bought a new Jeep truck, and I was just living life. I was like on cloud 9, just living life. I was single. I was living, right? And so I did, when I first started, date a bouncer. I never had sex or anything. I never went any crazy like that, but probably flirted, maybe, a little too much. She could have got it from that bouncer too. There's 3 ways she could have got it. Or, like I said, I was there 3 years. Nobody ever stole. We trusted each other. There's only 6 of us. I left my phone and my purse out. I had the same code in my phone all 3 years that I worked there. It wouldn't have been that hard for a bouncer to come while they're filling up our ice or whatever and take my phone. And we're so busy, I would have never noticed and then put it back, right? I would have never noticed. 3 ways that they could have gotten it. So here in the city, in Dayton, and I'm probably in a lot of cities, we bartenders have group chats. Kind of like to let everybody know in the city what's going on, or if somebody stole, we need to know. We don't want those people behind the bar. We have responsibilities. Not only do we have responsibilities to make sure you're having a great night, but we don't want you to drive home and kill anybody or you kill yourself. We will take care of you. That's what we are there to do. There's so many different codes that a woman and a man can tell a bartender. There's just so many things that we are here for you for. And so I'm thinking those are the 3 things. TikTok, I guess I'm asking your help on this one. How'd they get it? How'd they get the pictures? how they do it. I know that Top Dog Ashley is what we're calling her. She was like the puppet master, and then all the bouncers, right? Well, how do you control a bouncer? A man bouncer at that. So she controls all of them, and it's like that formed a group, which gives her the power to do what she does in return. And then the owners, being who they are, and just like worshiping the ground the stinky ground she walks on, it gives her even more power. And that's how she's ruined so many lives. I do want to let you know that before I put my notice in, I wrote the husband owner, and I wrote him probably a 5-page letter saying, how are you going to let this woman keep ruining people's lives? She has no kids. She's never been to college. She's never done anything but work at that bar at 21, and now she's like 35 or something, right? It's all she's ever known. Never, no kids, nothing. So for me, I still have a soft heart, because it's like, I know that she doesn't have any understanding. She just doesn't have any experiences yet. She doesn't understand us moms. She don't understand us, like how hard we have to fight. We have to, we make it fucking happen. Us moms, right? And dads. The ones that are responsible, I should say. Make it happen, man. And that's one thing that I think she failed to understand is everything that I've been through. So when we were in Florida, I broke down. I've known her 3 years. I broke down and told her my story. Guys, if you know anything about me, I have a story. I didn't have the best child. It is what it is. Everybody has something they've gone through, right? I just have one too. And I really thought we were opening up. I really thought I could, I needed her. I needed friends. That's what everybody's failing to realize, is that I needed these people more than they ever even knew. And so I broke down, told her my story. That would be a whole nother part. But I guess I'm still so hurt to this day, because to know that she's sitting there laughing. I've had, and we'll get to it, I've had 4 jobs since that bar, and they've got me fired from all of them. They've called. I went to this bar called Bunkers, and I worked there for about 5 months. Somebody called not once, twice, and to the point where the manager, it wasn't very good to me either, and that's a whole nother story. She's whew. But I thought she had my back, and then come to find out she was all on their team from the get-go. I was played for 5 months there too. Then I went to a bar closer to my house. I worked 4 shifts, and I woke up to a text message saying, "You're just not a fit, and I'm sorry." And then 4 days later, one of the girls that worked with me at that bar is now working there. So I got fired, she got hired, right? So it's just, I'm now at a bar, and Loves off Kiwi. The owner has given me nothing but compassion. I thought I was going into this even kind of just with an attitude too. They're going to do me like this too. I'm just screwed. They ruined my life. Not only do everybody that used to be my regular don't come see me anymore because they think that I message their husbands or I do some shady shit on that line, right? Or if they didn't believe that one, then they think that I do drugs or sell drugs. So they covered all aspects to get most people to hate me. They succeeded. They did. And if I didn't have such a background like I do, she would have won. And you all would never know, and she would get the next one. So I'm almost at my time. So part 4. Let's get into it. We're talking about owners that would see their regulars on the patio at another sistering bar. Whoop, whoop, turn around like she's in a drive-by shooting, hop out of the car and say, "You don't support our bar anymore." Bully. They're bullies. And I think that needs to be, there's so much more, guys. There's so much more. I guess I need to figure out how everybody got the pictures. Why don't you tell me, Ashley?